What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, the Stock Sniper, man. I'm back on this Friday morning, ready to rock and roll. We got Tesla making moves again, like yesterday. We got Tesla making moves again, as though we are on the pullback right now on Tesla. Let me go to my baby, which is Nvidia, with a nice pullback on Nvidia pre-market. Uh, Let me see what's going on with this day. As it is Friday, we try to get in and out on a Friday as Nvidia pulls back now. The SPY had a little run up this morning. I know we had a little news this morning. I can't recall what the news was, but I think it was a positive news. Tesla's on the pullback. Nvidia is still pulling back. Nvidia is still pulling back as we break support. We break support on Nvidia. We broke support on Nvidia. Let's see what's happening. Uh, Great bounce up that 144.20. We are barely 1 minute and 30 seconds in, trying to see what's going on this morning. Resistance is at 145.10. Support is at 144.20. As we wait on the next candle. We waiting on this next candle. Oh, I'm on the 2 minute. I'm on the wrong candle. I'm on the wrong candle. Bro. So, in what I'm thinking, I'm still not used to streaming and doing all this stuff at the same time. I'm streaming. I'm still not used to it because I was supposed to have known that I was not on the right time frame. I already started my Friday off. Not so good. Tesla's on the back, on the downside. SPY is moving up. Nvidia is moving up. With I am 9. Let's see. Nvidia is moving up. 145.20. We got resistance right here at 145.50. We are 3 minutes in. We are 3 minutes in. 145.50 is resistance. 144.20 is support. We got VWAP at 144.95. And the EMAs are starting to point up, even though it's really, really early. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Market just opened. Let's see what Tesla got going on. Bouncing off the 374.40. Okay, let's see. I got my contracts loaded. Looks like I'm gonna go for the upside. Do have a light spread. As we raise it up to support. Boom. Out. First trade, 9%. 9% on the first trade, just going with the momentum. Yeah, 9% on that first trade. Way to rock and roll. Just quick in and out. 143.30 break. Looking for the 145.60 touch. Once it touched the 145.60, I seen the 9%. As I always say, green is green, take it. Took it. One trade within the first 5 minutes, 9%. As I know it's Friday, and I'm gonna do like I'm supposed to. I'm gonna be disciplined, and I'm gonna take the 9% and I'm done for the day. Just like that. Now I'm finna go over here and look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we had a pullback on Bitcoin. Let me see. The 30-minute, yeah. We had a pullback on Bitcoin. Yeah, we had a good pullback from the 104 top up here. We had a good pullback all the way down, which could have been a good buying opportunity for somebody. It dropped almost 10,000. Bitcoin did. Is Bitcoin a buying opportunity? For me, the buying opportunity was down here, but I would wait for it to pull back a little bit more and then jump and buy more. Bitcoin is the future, bro. Bitcoin is the future, y'all. Bitcoin is the future. There's only so many Bitcoin that's made. That's the thing. And then another thing, will Bitcoin be more valuable than gold? Which it is already. An ounce of gold is like 2,000-3,000. I think I haven't looked at it in a while, but an ounce of gold, one Bitcoin is worth 100,000. So Bitcoin, in this digital cryptocurrency, with it being 2025, is the future, in my opinion. It's the future. It's the future. One Bitcoin is worth 100,000. Man, that's a major move that you can't ignore. Bitcoin in 2015 was $162. You can't ignore Bitcoin. Like literally, Bitcoin was $162 in 2015, just 10 years ago. Bitcoin was $160 10 years ago. The people that y'all that be watching this channel, man, I hope y'all paying attention to thinking long term. During this 2015, November 29th, 2015, no, August the 30th, 2015, Bitcoin was around $160. Now it's 100,000. In 2017, Bitcoin was 20,000. The power of long-term investing, man. The power of long-term investing. And then Bitcoin, there's only so many that's made. Ain't no printing, money printing. Ain't no like a house, building more houses. Ain't no mining new Bitcoin. There's none of that. There's only so many Bitcoin that's made. Bitcoin, man, is the future. It really is. Bitcoin is the future. You just got to learn how to store it correctly. You got to learn how to take it off these exchanges like Coinbase. You got to learn how to take it off of there and put it on your own ledger. You have to learn how to take it out of those exchanges. You have to learn how to send and receive. You got to learn how to send it and you got to learn how to receive it. Because once these stores like Kroger, HEB, Macy's, Jack in the Box, Whataburger, Ford, Nissan. Once we are able to spend crypto, Bitcoin specifically, just like we spend regular money, it's over. That's all that needs to happen. It's all that needs to. It's a lot of people that accept Bitcoin right now that will only accept Bitcoin. It's a lot of people that will only accept Bitcoin. Hey, what's up, ATM Tim? How you doing, bro? Yeah, it's some people that only accept Bitcoin. I don't want no money. I don't want no cash. Or now, I only accept Bitcoin. Okay, let's see. Bitcoin is still on the pullback. Let me look at Tesla. See, that was a good move I made on nvda because now look, nvda hit that resistance. Then I got out right at resistance. It hit that resistance, and we had a sell-off. That's exactly what happened. See, that's why I don't know if you still be over here, bro. I can't think of your name that came and was telling me that you always getting stopped out. Bro, you gotta just learn how to, you gotta get in and get out. You gotta know. I think you said, if you in here, I can't remember your name either. It's some type of, his name was something gaming. He's a gamer. You have to learn how to read that chart. I think you said you was trading the gold. You have to learn how to read. You got that particular ticker. If you're trading gold or whatever you trade, you have to learn the chart. You have to learn it. You have to know how it moves. Like I know how nvda moves. I know exactly how it moves because I look at it every day, all day. I study it. You have to learn how it moves. And sometimes, like a lot of people like to have their stop losses already set, which I do that sometime, but I like to have control of the buy and the sell button. That comes, but uh, uh, but if you want to do that, you have to be real disciplined. I set my own stop loss by when I say I'm done, and I take my losses just like I take my profits quickly. I also will get out quickly. I will get out quicker. So if you think, well, man, you get out your trades fast because I only get 5%, 9%, like what I just did, is a great trade for me. My take profits are usually 4 or 5%. If you've been watching my live streams, 5%, I'm taking profit. But guess what? My stop loss is even quicker than that. I'm not gonna sit and wait. I'm not gonna set a stop loss inside of the broker. Like set it. Like let's see. If I can show, I'm gonna show it right now. Like over here, I can set the stop loss right down here. I can set the stop loss, and it'll automatically hit it. No, I like to have this buy and sell button right here. I got my my mouse on the buy button. I mean, I'm watching. I got my plan together. Once I distinguish my entry, I click buy. Boom, I automatically put move over here. And I'm watching. And I already got my stop loss that I'm looking at right now. And once it hit my stop loss, I'm quick on my stops, on my stop losses. I'm quick. I don't go down here and set it. I don't do that. That don't work for me. What work for me is hands-on, because I know I got a quick stop loss. Like right now, I'm an example. I'm gonna do a mental trade. Like right now, I seize above that VWAP. Boom, I press buy 145. My take profit will be 145.20, or my stop loss will be 144.95. Now I'm over here on the sell button. But see, I'm up right now. See how it's going like that? Boom, I'm selling. I'm out. That's how I trade. I don't give it time to reverse. And with that being said, I take a lot off the table. Like, look, this happens to me all the time. Like I say, I always get 5%ers, 4%ers, 3%ers. That 9% trade was a great trade. But I'm taking my profits, bro. I'm not giving it time to reverse. I'm not. And I'm not holding it long. And this happens to me all the time. The trade is right, but I get out quick and it runs up. And like I say, my take profit on this trade was 145.20. I'm not going to hold it till it gets to 145.20. And I'm not going to sit or take profits in the broker at 145.20, because I got a big probability of getting stopped out. Because if I got my take profits at 145.20 and it starts going up, down, up, down, up, down like it was doing, I got a good chance to get stopped out. So when I start seeing it go up, down with this slow action, up, down, up, down, up, down, and I'm green, I'm selling. So I don't use those stop losses, those stop loss order, take profit order. I don't use them. I manually do it with the buy and the sell, and I'm watching the candles. See, my experience using these, it makes you lazy, right? Because you just, if you get caught up in this up, down, up, down, up, down, and you up, you got a good chance of it going red. I don't trade like that. I don't trade like that. To me, that is like the lazy way of trading, because you have to go by instincts. You know, this is the lazy way for me. For me, I'm in here like this. I got my mouse right there, and I'm then in here, and I'm paying attention to the candles. Whatever the candles tell me, that's what I'm gonna do. And when I start seeing that up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, within a minute candles, guess what? I'm selling. As soon as I click about, boom, automatically I'm there. And once I start seeing it up, down, and I'm green, I'm out. If I start seeing that pullback, I'm out. Either way it goes. I'm not finna, as far as my stop losses, I'm not finna let it go below 2%. I'm not. And once I see green and I see this up, down, up, I'm out automatically. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. I want to see this. That's what I want to see. And if I don't see that and I'm green, I'm out. That's why profits don't be 5%, 4%, 6%. This one that I just took, that was a trade for me. I'm done. I'm done for the rest of the day. It's Friday. 20 minutes in, I got a trade in the first 5 minutes of the day, which was 9%, a great trade. Because we got to understand that the overall stock market only promises us 10% per year. That is the overall statistics of the overall stock market. That you are guaranteed, if you're a long-term investor, you are guaranteed 10%. a year. So with that logic, a 5% trade every single day, a 10% trade every single day, that's a great trade. That's how I look at it. That's why I'm hardly ever red, because I'm not setting orders. I'm manually doing it myself. But with that, you got to have a strong mind, because if you see it red, you have to have, because a lot of us don't want to lose, but you have to have the mentality: cut losses quickly, take profits quickly. That's my and that blueprint has been working great for me. One trade, 9%. I'm done. I don't have to trade again. I'm not trading anymore. I don't care what happens. I'm not trading no more. And look, my take profit and my mental take profit was 1420. Look what it's done. It's done. It has broken my 1420. Well, Stock Sniper, if you would have held, I would be up 40, 50% right now. But I don't trade like that. I don't. Once I see that up, down, up, down, up, down, I'm out. That's how I trade. That's what works. I just want to be green every single day. That's it. But if I make a plan, right, I see this is support, and then I get in right here, and there's no up, down, and all of a sudden it does that, then that's a totally different story. Then I can go over here and set my take profit. And that's what I do. If I get in at a perfect trade off this bounce, and there's no up, down, like right here, it hits the support. Boom, boom. There's no up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. There is a big green candle. So if I get in here right here, boom, and this candle comes up, boom, and then it ends up right here at the beginning of the 1 minute, then I can go over here and set a take profit, and then just move it up as it goes up. But this initial jump has to be a jump. It can't be a up, down, up, down. It has to be a jump. Once there's a jump, then I got wiggle room. But if it bounces off of here and there's no jump, there's an up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, I have to get out. I'm going to get out. I'm not going to get caught up in no up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. Because then it becomes a 50 ball. 50%, 50%. And I'm not finna fall in the 50-50. I'm not finna fall for hoping and wishing. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Man, what is it going to do? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? That's a 50-50 ball. I'm not finna get caught up in the 50-50 ball. So once it hits, and I see 3% or 5%, and then I start seeing it up, down, up, down, up, down, I'm out for my profit. That's what I do. And then and if it don't, and it hit my stop loss, like, okay, I'm gonna use this as an example. 144.20. That is support. Okay, I want to get in to the upside, bouncing off the support. Well, if it bounces off the support, I got a mental stop loss, 144.20, right? Once I see it bounce, 144.20. If it bounces off 144.20, my stop loss is 144 even, right here, or even quicker than that. It depends on what's going on with the candles. If it goes above, if it bounces off 144.20 even, and then it goes back down to 144.20, and then I see 144.18, and then I see 144.17, I'm gonna get out. And that won't be but like a 0.5% or maybe 1%. Just like my take profits, the wiggle on the take profit is fast. The wiggle To the downside, if it goes against me, it's faster. If that makes sense. It's faster. So in this scenario, I see the bounce off of the 1420 and it goes to 1422. Then all of a sudden, I start seeing up, down, up, down, up, down. Then it goes back down to 1420. Then it hits 1419, 1418, 1417. I'm out. And I don't care what happens after that. Because then I'm only down 1% or 0.5%, no more than 2%. But most traders, they thinking, if it hit 14, if it hit 14, 18, and 14, 17, and it's wiggling, oh, I'm gonna wait for the candle to come back up. No, I don't know. That's not how I trade. Then I would only be down 0.5% or 1%. Then I can do what? I can reload. I can always get back in. If it does decide to go back above 1422, I can always press buy again for another entry. So see, that's how it works. My stop loss is gonna be faster than my take profits. I am not gonna let a trade get me like I just did 9% on that upside. I am not gonna go red for 9%. That's not happening. No, my stop loss is super tight because guess what? I can just go on and get out of that trade. See, that's emotions. You never let emotions get into this. You have to be emotionless. So if you don't have no emotions, you ain't tripping. You'll get out the trade and go to plan B and reload for the second trade because you can trade multiple times. So that's how I'm able to do it. That's how I'm able to do it like that. That's my mindset. That's my mindset when I'm trading. I don't have emotions. My plan A, step one, I study these charts. I know them like the back of my hand. I stick to the ones that I know. If you watch me every single day, I'm on nvda. I'm on the SPY. Just yesterday, I traded Tesla. Tesla used to be my number one. Used to be. But nvda, I own nvda. Why you own nvda so much, Stock Sniper? Because nvda moves more than anybody. nvda is the number one company on the stock market. It's a lot of volume. A lot. So it's a lot of movement, as you can see. A lot of movement. See? These are 1 minute candles, is a lot of movement. So long as I don't have no emotions, and I can see if it ain't going against, if the trade is not going my way, I'm gonna identify it just like that. And I'm not gonna go for these up downs like this. No, I'm not doing it. Like if I got in right here on this bounce and I see this up down, boom, I'm out right now. I'm out. I don't have time to be pussyfooting with these candles. I absolutely don't. And there's no emotion behind it. Because guess what? I just go to the next trade. I just reload and go to the next trade or switch to my plan B, which is the SPY, the overall stock market, which is hit 609.03. Oh, it's up under the EMAs. More than likely, it's go down even further. I know these two. Well, I ain't gonna. The SPY is not a company. The SPY is an ETF. It is all these companies in one. It's like a portfolio. But I know this company. I know nvda really, really well. I know the SPY really, really well. I know it real well. Tesla, even though I don't trade it that much, I know it really, really well. As we are doing what? If you've been here before, you know what it's forming. If you've been here watching, it's trying to form a W pattern. But in order for the W pattern to complete, it has to move above 376.32. But it's starting to form. We got the semi double bottoms, which is down here, and we got the W pattern trying to form. But in order for it to be successful, we have to move above these EMAs and get above this VWAP, move all the way up to here, and then 80% of the time, there are breakouts after the 136, after we break this 136.33 breakout, starting to form the W pattern. The candles are starting to go to their rightful places, which is up under the candle. The stock market naturally wants to go up. And these candles, their natural position, not the candles, these EMAs, these three lines, natural position wants to be up under the candle because the stock market naturally wants to go up as we are trying to form a W pattern. I love W patterns. The W pattern is one of my favorite patterns. Well, my favorite pattern is the bull flag. My second favorite pattern is this W pattern that's happening right here in our face. Just got to wait for it. Got to sit back like a stock sniper and just wait for it to form. So I just wait. And I know that these candles, these EMAs right here, these three lines, they want to be at the bottom. Now we're just waiting for it to cross this VWAP. Wait for it to cross this VWAP, we needed to get up here. Once it gets up there, just like I see as a W pattern, there are millions of traders that see that same pattern that's really formed. And once it gets to right here, if it gets to right here, we're gonna have a breakout. W pattern, one of the best patterns in all of the stock market when it comes to day trading. Okay. Now I see that it has to get to 136, 136.60, 376.30. So what I do, I got it on my watch list, and I know, hey, 376.40. 376.40 right here. But guess what happened? It hit resistance. It hit resistance. And now we're getting a drop. And those EMAs are not at the bottom anymore. They're at the top. So that's letting me know, okay, the W pattern is out. It's out. Now it's reversing. The candles are at the top now. That means that it wants to go down. That's what it means. So we're subject to see more dropping. Man, it's moving slow. So I got that out. Okay. See, I just called out a play. I just said it. Those EMAs at the top, that's a clear indication that it wants to drop. Soon as I said it, 10 seconds, it starts dropping. 137, 371, 55 on Tesla. I just called out a player that I'm not in. Just calling it out. $370.48 is the next support line. 370.44. This green line is the next support line. All these EMAs are pointing down, and I just called out another play to the downside. That comes with studying the charts, sticking to 1, 2, 3 companies, and knowing how they move. That comes with studying. You have to study it for a long period of time. That's how I'm able to call out these plays. And I got the mindset, I'm not greedy. I take emotions out of the way, and I don't even feel emotional. I don't have the fear of missing out because I didn't pull the trigger. Me being correct on chart reading is more valuable than the money. Let me say that again. Me being able to read these charts and call out these plays and not be in it is 1,000% more valuable than actually pulling the trigger and making the money. It's more valuable. I get more excited that I'm calling these plays and I'm not even in them than I do when I'm actually in the play. Because I don't have the fear of missing out. I had to get rid of that. Don't get me wrong. I used to be like that because most traders are like that. Especially that's just in our nature, you know. We feel like if we're missing something, we get anxious. But see, you got to get that out of you. And don't get me wrong, sometimes, because I'm human, sometimes I do fall short. But once that happens, you know what I do? I shut the computer down, cut it off, and I move around. I get away. I get away. Because, the fear of missing out, being greedy. Greed is number one reason why most day traders fail. They cannot accept that they, like what I just did. I just called the play and I'm not in it. They can't accept that they missing money and they just done lost money, and then they turn around and let's say like you get into a play and you stop out at 20%, and then it turns around and you look at it 2 minutes later, and now if you'd have held it, you could have been up 100%. That's hard mentally to deal with. This is it's mental. It's mental. I can read these charts good as good can be, but if my mental state of mind is not correct, then I could be the best chart reader ever. But if I don't have my mental state down, not the fear of missing out, being greedy, not taking proper stop losses, if not taking profits when I have them, it's more mental than anything. I don't care how good of a chart reader you are. If you got the fear of missing out, which they call it FOMO, if you got FOMO or fear of missing out, you ain't gonna make it in the stock market. Day trading, that is. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna be a good day trader. Then you're gonna quit. But you gotta have your mental down. And that comes with paper trading. Paper trading over and over, month after month, year after year. Paper trading. But paper trading in a way where you actually care. You got to train your mind. When you paper trade, you have to train your mind like it's real money. Kind of like when you're playing Madden or those video games. You play them with some type of emotion, but you controlling your emotion. Same way with paper trading. You got to be realistic about your paper trading, and you have to work on your emotions while you're paper trading. So yeah, that's why I'm able to be green every single day like I am, because I don't play with it. 3% folk, I don't play with this up, down, up, down. Oh, now I'm gonna get out. And I don't care what happens on the back end. I don't care what happens after I'm gone. I absolutely don't care. I just don't. You can't have no emotions when it comes to day trading these companies. You can't fall in love with them either. I'm talking about day trading. You can't fall in love with a play. You gotta, if it hits your stop loss, you gotta cut. I cut quick. 1-2%. I ain't letting it fall. I'm not letting it fall below no 2%. I don't care what happens. I am not a fan of a 5% loss or more. I'm not. That's why a 0.5%, if it ain't going my way, I'm steady looking like this. If I see it ain't going my way and I'm red and it's up, down like it's doing right now, I'm out. Cut my losses so quick that it's not even a loss. Same way with my take profit. A 3%, 2% take profit. That's a great trade. Then that's how I look at it. That's why I don't look at the dollar amount. I look at the percentage amount. A 2% trade is a great trade if you got a $10,000 trade going on. And that's how I look at it. And that is what works for me. See, every trader you got to figure out your own trading style. Just because you see a certain trader trade a certain way, that don't mean it's necessarily going to work for you. Just like shooting a jump shot. If I shoot a left-handed jump shot and make it, and you right-handed, that don't mean you can make that same left-handed jump shot if you're not left-handed. Same scenario. If I could do a layup a certain type of way, you ain't gonna be able to do the layup a certain type of way. If I throw the football a certain type of way, you ain't gonna be able to make the same type of pass and trying to throw it the same way that I throw it. You have to figure out your own throwing motion. You have to figure out your own running motion. Same scenario. Not just with day trading or football. That's life. You will never be able to copycat somebody to get to the same destination. You got to figure out the way that works for you to get to that same destination. If I'm doing an arm bar, as an example, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu as well. If I'm doing an arm bar, well, I might see you do a perfect arm bar, but for me to get to that position, to get to that point for that arm bar, it's gonna take a totally different way of doing it. My technique of getting to the arm bar is different than yours. My technique of getting to the triangle choke is different than yours. My way of doing a takedown is different than yours. That's how it works. You got to find your own technique of way of doing things. If I'm a mechanic, you put the transmission in a certain type of way and get it done real quick. But I try to use your same technique, and it takes me 5 hours to do it. I have to find my own technique. I have to find out what works for me. And that takes time. That takes patience. For me to learn how to get in that perfect arm bar or that perfect triangle choke, or that perfect mounted crucifix. I'm talking MMA jiu-jitsu right now. In order for me to get in those perfect positions, I got to, through mat training, hours and hours and hours, and every technique ain't gonna be the same. Just because I do a triangle choke on this guy and get it there within 1 minute, don't mean I'm gonna use that same technique. Might not get me that triangle choke on the next guy. Same scenario. Same scenario. Just because I can do a mounted crucifix on this opponent, don't mean that I'm gonna be able to do the same mounted crucifix on that opponent. I might get him with a mounted crucifix every single time. But this guy, he knows how to defend the mounted crucifix, and I gotta figure out a different type of way to submit him. Same scenario. Or I might not be able to submit him. He might submit me. Same scenario. So hope y'all having a great Friday, man. Appreciate everybody for kicking it with me. I am your host, the Stock Sniper. We in here. It's a good Friday, end of the day, end of the week. Tomorrow, my boys, my Texas Longhorns, hook 'em horns. We got to go down there to Georgia, to Atlanta, and face them Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC championship for the rematch. So that's what I'm getting ready for right now. Hook 'em horns. If you want to transfer, if you're an athlete, if you play football, you have to be really good. If you play football, basketball, run track, if you're an adult, you got a kid that don't know what school he want to go to, and University of Texas have already accepted him. Look, we have a great economics program down there in Austin. We have a great doctoring program down there in Austin. We have a great, excellent nursing program down there in Austin. You want to be a doctor? You want to be a lawyer? Communications? Health and science, geography? We got you covered. Go to University of Texas, Austin.com. Hook 'em on. This live stream is brought to you by the University of Texas in Austin. That's right. Great campus, great teachers, great students, great alumni. Yes. All right, now let me see. nvda. Let's see what some other companies are doing before I get off of here. Everything is green. The whole stock market is green today. Everything is green. Let's see what Apple is doing. Green. Google. Shout out to YouTube. Green. The Dow Jones. Not doing so well. Bitcoin. Back on the move. Green. After that dump down to 92,000. I hope somebody picked up some coins at the 92,000. And if you don't know, you don't have to buy the whole coin to start investing in Bitcoin. You can start with $50, $100, like that. But you want to get your skin in the game. AMD. What's going on? AMD. I guess that's the problem that's going on with let's see. Let me take off this. Amazon on the move. All right. Now we back. Shoot. Uh no. Only thing that is red is NVIDIA. Is AMD trying to go red? No. Only thing that is red is NVIDIA right now. I see, like right now, another example in my mind. The I'm human part of me wants me to trade again. Because I see NVIDIA is pulling back to the downside. Wait, I'm on the 15-minute. I'm on the wrong time frame. See, that's why I see that's why it's important. When that happens, it's time to go. It's time to go. So I'm gonna go back to Bitcoin and stay here for a little bit. I appreciate y'all for joining me on this Friday. Y'all have a great weekend. Hopefully, well, more than likely tomorrow, I will be going live for that SEC championship game with my Longhorns and those Georgia Bulldogs. They already beat us once this year. That is the only loss we have on our record, was against the Georgia Bulldogs. So we're trying to get that win back. It's very important that we win tomorrow. We are the number 2 team in the country. We got to win tomorrow. We got to win. So I will be going live. Well, of course, I'm going to do the walk down later when I run my 4 miles. I'm going to do the walk down, which is I think that's turning into a show. I'm turning it into a show. For all my 50-year-olds and older, you ain't even got to be 50, 40, 30, or whatever. No, that's just a little show I do when I finish running my 4 miles every single day. So I like doing it. I like the people that come in and kick it with me. It makes my 1.5 mile walk. That's why I call it the walk down, because I walk 1.5 miles after I run 4 miles. And depending on how I'm running my mouth doing the walk down, sometimes I end up walking 2 or 3 miles. So I run 4, I run 4 miles, I walk at least 1.5 miles. But if I'm running my mouth a lot, that 1.5 miles could easily turn into 3. I like doing the walk downs. I like doing it because before I started live streaming, I would run 3 miles or whatever, and then afterwards I would walk 1.5 miles, but I would be bored. But what I noticed is when I started going live doing my walk downs, it made my walk downs a whole lot better, and that's has benefited me as far as my health goes, because I get to communicate with the people and it goes by faster. And then sometimes I be so engaged on what's going on that I end up walking 3 miles instead of 1.5 miles. So it's all good for health. It's all good for the heart. So I appreciate everybody that come in and engage with me on that, because it helps me out a lot, right? It helps me out a lot because I have to keep exercising every single day. I'm getting older now. I'm 50. I've been running and exercising and stuff like that. Well, I've been exercising basically all my life, but as far as just running, I've been running for like 10 years straight now. Yeah, 10 years straight. So that's how I'm able to run 4 miles every single day. I had to build myself up to that point. So I appreciate y'all for joining me. Let me go back over here and read some of the comments. There's no comments. Only one that commented was okay, click the like button and subscribe. Appreciate yourself, love. Okay. I appreciate y'all for joining me. The 3 people that's in here, I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all could be anywhere else, but y'all kicking it with me. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that you are learning something. I hope I'm putting something on your mind, you know, in your subconscious mind, so you can think about this. Day trading, it might not be for you, but everybody should be investing, right? And I got today is week 5 of the small account portfolio that I'm building from scratch. So be looking out for that video. I got to buy a couple of shares to add on to the long-term portfolio. I have to take off this day trading hat and put on my long-term investors hat and go shopping. And I'm thinking about going with Robinhood. I'm thinking about starting I'm thinking about going with Robinhood this week to add on. It's not going to be a lot of shares. It's going to probably be 1 or 2. I'm going to start off with that with Robinhood, and every week, every 2 weeks, I'm just going to switch, and just build this portfolio up long term for 10, 15 years. It's actually for my grandkids. This portfolio that I'm building is actually for my grandkids. So that's the reason why I'm starting from zero, and it's specifically for them. And I'm going every week, every 2 weeks, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, until God called me home. I will be building this portfolio. And well, they say, well, Stock Sniper, why you ain't putting it in your TD Ameritrade account? Well, I'm starting with Webull because this is specifically, I try to separate it. This is specifically for my grandkids. While I'm learning Webull, I'm building something for my grandkids, specifically for them. That's what this is all about. And also to show people that you can start from zero. You can work at Jack in the Box. You can work at Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? And or whatever. And you can start small and just build it. After a while, you start with 1 or 2. That 2 ends up to 10. That 10 turns to 20. That 20 turns to 30. That 30 turns to 40, 50 to 100. Next thing you know, you got 500 shares of Apple or Google or Hood, which is Robinhood, or whatever company that you know, like, and trust. Next thing you know, 10 years go by and you got 1,000 shares of NVIDIA. You got 1,000 shares of AMD. You got 1,000 shares of Amazon that you can pass down to your family, or you can pull some off the table and do something else with it. Buy a house, whatever the case may be. But we have to be long-term investing. We have to. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me, man. I love and I appreciate y'all. The more y'all join me, the more I try to give out the information, because this is my life. This is what I do, right? I run, I do this. This is my life. I'm a retired truck driver. I'm over 50. Hey, I'm living my best life, and I want that for you and your family too. So with that being said, appreciate y'all for joining me. 704 Wall Street is my block. You already know what it is. 704 Wall Street is my block. Bitcoin over 100K. We scored it for 150K. Guess what? Don't feel like you late. Don't feel like you late. Make a plan, strategize, no fear of missing out. Long term, 15 years, have that type of mindset and start dollar cost averaging in. It don't take much with Bitcoin. You don't have to buy the whole coin. You can go $100 a week, $50 a week. Bitcoin, man, it's only so many that's made. Bitcoin is becoming one of the top investments ever. I just showed you the chart. In 2015, Bitcoin was $100, bro. Now it's 150,000 and going. My vision for Bitcoin is my vision. My vision is we're going to be able to use Bitcoin like we use the US dollar, because we don't want the government in our business. I don't want the government in my business. I want to be able to sell you a house. I want to be able to sell you a car without the government even in our business, not even in our transaction. If I sell you a house or you sell me a house, we can do the transaction between me and you, and there's nobody involved. And then the back end, there's only so many Bitcoin that's made. There's no money printer with Bitcoin. There's no cryptocurrency mining more coins. It's none of that with Bitcoin. None of that. There you can't magically find Bitcoin in the ground. You can't real estate. You can't see real estate. There's plenty of real estate, but it's only so many Bitcoin. There's no more. So it has no choice but to explode because it's only so many. And we're buying and selling and trading amongst each other. Just think about that for a second and do your own research. Now I done talked enough now. I gotta go. I love and I appreciate y'all. 704 Wall Street is my block. 704 Wall Street is my block. Earn, spend less, and invest. That's the blueprint. Earn, spend less, and invest. We already earned. We have to spend less. And that money that we save, that we spend it, we need to be invested in. Earn, spend less, and invest. 3-step process. 3-step blueprint. Earn, spend less, and invest. 10 years. If you're 20, you'll be in a great position if you earn, spend less, go into monk mode till you're 30. If you're 30, go into monk mode till you turn 40. If you're 40, go into monk mode, earn, spend less, and invest till you're 50. That's the blueprint. So with that being said, earn, spend less, and invest. I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, this is the Stock Sniper. I'm out.